Hey guys, this is Red and Blue, your channel on YouTube for all things PSG in English. And today, here we go. Lucas Chevalier to PSG is a done deal. The Lille goalkeeper is going to join PSG and become our starting goalkeeper this upcoming season for a 40 million fee from Lille, plus 15 million in potential bonus. So a pretty big transfer for the young goalkeeper. And a pretty exciting one as well. I think no one a few months back would have seen this one coming. We were all hoping and hopeful that Gianluigi Donnarumma was going to extend his contract. Sadly, that's not the way things went. And so now we're going to have a new goalkeeper and, a pretty exciting one as well. So let me take you through this, give you an intro on Chevalier. And yeah, let's talk about this a bit more. So, Lucas Chevalier is a Lille goalkeeper. He's 23 years old, pretty young one. He's generally held as probably like the most talented, the young goalkeeper with the most potential in French football, to be sure, and probably in world football as well. He's had some amazing performances domestically with Lille, but even in the Champions League this past season, and he's really established himself as a keeper who can already produce great things, but who can go on to really be at the top of the game for the years ahead. He actually just got nominated in the list of top goalkeepers for last season. And so that really shows the level that he's at. In terms of his skills and the areas of his game where he's best, he's an exceptional shot stopper. And I think, for a goalkeeper, that's typically like the first thing you'd be asking. He's very, very good on his line, incredible reflexes, incredible shot stopping. He's good in 1v1 situation. Yeah, he's got some great skills there for a goalkeeper and someone who can really help us limit the amount of goals that we concede. He's typically slightly better with his distribution than Donnarumma, and just to go a little bit deeper on this, because there's been a lot of commentaries that he's a great goalkeeper with his feet and his passing and his distribution, when Donnarumma, it's kind of a weak point for him. I think the reality is a bit more balanced than this. He does have some skill, but he's also he's not a Neuer or Ederson or one of those goalkeepers who really play like an outfield player. So I don't think it's going to be massively transformational versus what we get from a Donnarumma. I think his long passes are probably a bit better than Donnarumma, but it's relatively marginal in terms of improvement, especially if we look at the last 6 months to a year of Donnarumma, where he's actually made some progress in this area as well. So yeah, we'll see on this. And yeah, in terms of his areas of improvement, and once again comparing to Donnarumma, I think he's fairly weak when it comes to penalty stopping. And I think that one making me a bit nervous, because we've seen in the Champions League how crucial it can be. And obviously this year we qualified in Anfield after a penalty shootout that Donnarumma dominated, and it's been one of the skills of Donnarumma, who's probably one of, if not the best goalkeeper in the world for that element of it. So yeah, that's a part where I'll need to improve. And then for Chevalier, another point of improvement is his aerials and kind of going off his line and stopping crosses, stopping corner kicks, and so on, stuff like this. He's good, but he definitely still has room to progress on that. So overall, a very exciting goalkeeper. I think the potential is undeniable and pretty tremendous. So it's funny because it feels a little bit like, what we were saying 4 years back when Donnarumma joined. It's like, oh, with this goalkeeper, we could have found our starter in the position for the next 10 years. Definitely could be true. But I think it's a little bit of not yet completely polished and completely finished player. He still has some room to go. So we'll have to see how he can keep developing and keep improving on some of his weaker points as well while in Paris. And I think for him, like, it's going to be interesting too, because being the goalkeeper of PSG and being the goalkeeper of Lille are basically two different jobs. In Lille, he had to do upwards of 15, 20 stops a game. In Paris, the reality is that our goalkeeper will face 1 or 2 shots in each game. And they have to be like very focused, very mentally present to really deliver in those 1 or 2 moments where it really matters. And that's something that we've criticized about Donnarumma quite a few times, which is he wasn't always very constant in his performances. And there were times where, he made the mistakes at the wrong time and it really cost us. So we'll have to see if Chevalier can really rise up to the occasion. But yeah, pretty exciting one. I think in terms of financial, it's a big transfer for a goalkeeper. 40 million. It's a really, really big one. Plus 15 million potential bonuses. The bonus amount is pretty high. So it makes me wonder how easy or hard those bonuses might be. I assume typically like part of them are on individual performances and part of them are on collective performances. So I assume some might be reasonably easy to achieve, e.g. like winning the league next year or him starting a certain number of games. But wouldn't be surprised if there's some for us winning the Champions League again, or him making getting the prize for best goalkeeper next year. Stuff like this, which are always a little bit more tricky to deliver. So we'll see, but yeah, overall, like, I don't think it's a bad deal. I think it's a bit expensive, but ultimately, if you want an already great goalkeeper with a lot of potential to go even higher, that's the price you pay. Definitely not shocked. And I think, if we manage to find a deal to offload Donnarumma to another club, even if he only has 1 year of contract remaining, I wouldn't be surprised with us like recouping almost all of that money, because Donnarumma still does have a fair bit of value as well. And that's actually like the next point is that right now we have a lot of goalkeepers in the squad. Our first recruit is actually not Chevalier, was a young Italian-Brazilian goalkeeper, Renato Marin. So right now we do have 5 goalkeepers in our professional team. So Chevalier will be one, Donnarumma, Safonov, Arnau Tenas, and Renato Marin. And 5 goalkeeper is a lot. Typically, we would only need 3. So it means out of the 5, we need to offload 2. And I think Donnarumma, as much as I love the player and love the guy and respect him massively, and obviously he's done great things for us, especially last year. I hope we don't end up in an unhealthy situation of Donnarumma getting pushed to the bench and not being happy about the situation. Kind of a competition going on between the 2 keepers. Obviously, like, the media would make a thing out of it, even if there's nothing to talk about. So I do hope, for his good as well as ours, then we can find a way out for Donnarumma, and I think that'd be the best thing for both parties. I'll be sad to see him go, and I think we'll definitely miss him. But I think it will be for the best for everyone. And I think right now, I was looking at some news today. It sounds there were a couple of options on the table. Um, it's funny because uh, the stuff that I read, like some of it mentioned Man City, which I have a hard time believing because they just brought back one of the goalkeepers that they trained. I think James Trafford is his name, for like 30 million euro. And you know, we know Pep Guardiola likes a goalkeeper who's very, very strong in terms of passing and distribution, which, like I said earlier, isn't a strong suit of Gigio. So I'm having a really, really hard time believing that one. I think in England, like the two places which would make the most sense would be Man United and Chelsea, who both have recurring doubts around their goalkeepers, and definitely an appetite to improve in this area. Um, so we'll see if either one of them gets moving on it. And otherwise, the other potential destination for Donnarumma was Bayern Munich, who needs to start looking at who's going to succeed Manuel Neuer. And yeah, like Donnarumma in that context, I think it makes a lot of sense in Munich as well. Um, I think the question mark there will be whether uh, they have the appetite to pay Donnarumma's high salary. You know, Bayern Munich typically can be a bit stingy about their finances, and they can be very much by the book in terms of what they're willing to pay and what they're not willing to pay. So it could be a tricky negotiation there. We'll have to see, but those could be good options for Donnarumma, and hopefully that's something that can be worked out. And then, yeah, another goalkeeper would have to leave. We've been talking about Arnau Tenas leaving because he'd want more game time. There's been a couple of conversations in Spain, but nothing really finalized so far. Safonov is a big question mark as well because it's been said that if we recruit Ukrainian defenders at Barney, then Russian goalkeepers, Safonov, might be on the chopping block as well. So a lot of uncertainty around our lineup of goalkeeper, but at least it looks like we've resolved the starter question with Chevalier, which is an exciting signing, and it's really the one of the last touches of Luis Enrique really building the teams that he wants. And I think that part is also interesting. Is that like in the 2 years since he arrived, now Luis Enrique has pretty much remodeled every part of the team according to his own desires and his own requirements. And so, yeah, now it's very much Luis Enrique's team. From, you know, Dembele up front, Barcola, Kvara, Doué, the midfielders, Joao Neves, Fabian Ruiz having found his spot, Vitinha being repositioned number 6. If Zabarni joined, Pacho, now the goalkeeper, like, yeah, there's not really much of this team that predates Luis Enrique, or even the players who were there before. Their roles have changed and their positions have changed and their playing styles have changed. So it's really a Luis Enrique's team now. It's going to be an exciting season, I think, for this. I think year 3 of the project is really where we see the team coming to full maturity. I think for us, we were lucky enough to have won last year. But yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see the team continue to evolve tactically, continue to refine on what it does, and continue to evolve potentially to even more strengths. So yeah, that's what I had for you guys today. Thanks so much for watching this. As always, please drop a like on this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Massively helps. Hit the bell as well to get notified on future videos. And in the comment, like, please let me know what you think of Chevalier's arrival. I know most PSG fans will be sad to see Gigio go, but at the same time, we're looking at a really like talented and high potential goalkeeper joining us. So you know, I think we can all say like just welcome Lucas, and you know, we look forward to seeing what you can do with PSG. So yeah, that's it for now, and remember, ici c'est Paris.